Molly's Family Bakes. Wait, what am I saying? Tell me once again. I can't. This is your fail. Don't.
Hello, I'm Molly, and my family are in isolation at the moment, so I've got a bit of spare time and I love to cook. So I would like to share some of my favourite recipes with you.
Got it.
Today we're making cheese scones for lunch, which we all love. Before you start, you have to make sure you ask an adult and remember to wash your hands. First, you have to put the oven on to about 180. Then you'll need about 450 grams of self-raising flour and sieve it into a bowl bit by bit. This should make about 8 to 10 scones, depending how big you make them. Next, you need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which I've already measured out, and you have to sieve that in as well. And you need a big pinch of salt. Here I've got 110 grams of cold butter, and I cut it into small cubes to make it easier to rub in. This is the messy part. So rubbing in is like where you take some flour and you have to kind of like rub it into the butter until when you've done, then it looks like breadcrumbs. My hands are hurting now. So you need to grate about 240 grams of cheddar cheese or cheese. Grate backwards and then take it off, because if you just do this, it mushed up and it will just get in the ball and it won't be so good. Just clearing up. Put most of the cheese into the bowl, but remember to save some to sprinkle on top. So this is about how much cheese should be left. And then after, you have to mix the cheese around into the breadcrumby mix, and so it's all evenly mixed in. And then you can make a well in the middle. So I've got 190 mils of milk here, and you have to pour it into the hole. So you have to mix it together, but our family likes to use a knife so it doesn't get all squished together. So once you've used the knife as much as you can use your hands to like bring it together into a dough. And you don't want there to be too like dry bits left, so then you can add some milk, so a bit more milk if you want, but not too much. So once you've squeezed it together, it should look like this, but you don't want it to squeeze it too much, otherwise it won't rise in the oven. Sprinkle quite a lot of flour on the side so the dough won't stick, and so mum or dad has plenty of washing up to do. Then you have to spread it a bit so it isn't all clumped together. So after you've done that, you have to pump your dough on the side, and then you want to flatten it as thick as you want it, and you want it quite thick. So do this very gently and don't press hard too much, otherwise it will be compacted like I was just doing. So after you've done that, you need a cutter and you don't want it too big because they rise in the oven, about this sort of size. Then you have to cut as close as you can to the edge, so then you can make as much more if you want. Then you wiggle it around a bit, take it out, and flip it out. Then you do the same again and again until your dough has done as much as it can. Don't know if it is a bit crumbly because it's meant to be a bit crumbly. Then you have to get some more milk and put it on the top, and then sprinkle on the rest of your cheese. So put them on a baking tray and put them in the oven for about 15 minutes. Ask an adult to help you so you don't burn yourself. Remember to wear oven gloves and don't drop them.
What are you having for lunch?
Cheesy scones! Okay, so this has been 15 minutes. These look about right. They should be nice golden brown when how the cheese is melted. But if they're any lighter than this, then I would keep them in for another couple of minutes. So we actually thought that they looked a bit light, so we put them in for another 4 minutes, and then we're going to check how they look when the 4 minutes have done. They look good! This looks about right. They're nice golden and the cheese is all nicely melted. Once they're out of the oven, you want to put them on a cooling rack straight away, otherwise they'll stick to the tray. The last thing to do is eat them, and they're best with a bit of butter on. Boys, lunch is ready! Woo! Do you want one? Come on, come get it. Yeah. Want some butter on it? Yeah. I like to take them in my lunchbox too. Eat it? Want to eat it?
This is so good indeed.
Ooh, he likes it!